that out. That's awesome. Let's do this. Now key here is to make sure you're getting good range of motion. You want to drop those elbows, come down, and then drive all the way. It's going to help overall shoulder development. And with these lighter weights, you can go ahead and go into a power grip. Good. There you go. So she's going from a barbell to a power grip. Good job. And again, we're not going too heavy. We're not going too heavy because you're not trying to develop too much. So she's using 8 pounds, then going up to 10 pounds, keep it between maybe a maximum up to 12 pounds, not much more than that. And if you're trying to develop and you go a little heavier, you can, but obviously she's already so developed. Sunny just needs to make sure she's maintaining and not growing. So we want to try to keep that in check with doing lighter weight. Good. Now hold that and come in just like that and drive it up. Good. There you go. Good. 3 more. 1, 2, 1 more. Good job. The shoulder. You're almost depleted looking, so you're gonna need to eat up a little bit just to try to fill it back up because you just came down hard.
My upper body stays like this. My upper body stays like really loose all year long. So it just is a matter of trying to make it look not so shredded.
That's right. Cool for the cameras, but obviously by the time we hit stage, she's gonna have to bring that fullness back to be able to hide those striations because that's not what they're looking for. But as you train, you might see some things. That's why you see a lot of different competitors in a lot of different classes that look super dry and crazy under certain lights. But by the time they get on stage, by the time they carb up, by the time they cut their water and balance out their look, they'll want to go after that fullness, but you're not looking for that grayness, especially in a class like this. The key here is not to go too high, because if you go too high, you're going to try to get too much trap improvement. You don't want that. If you notice you're getting really big traps and you're going really high with the lateral raises, it's because you're going too high and you're getting that trap to fire, and that's a no-no. You just want to hit lateral. You want to get parallel with the ground, and that's it. Now what we're doing is we're going up in weight and we're going to go down in reps. I just want you to go down to about 15 reps. This is really good to be able to build up those deltoids. Good. Good. Turn up. Good. Good. Now we're going to go up to the next set. We're going to reduce the number of reps on this one. We're going to be hitting about 10 to 12. Good. Good. And if you notice, it's literally going from one set to the next. Last one. All right, so this is the 4th set, the last set. Good, good. Notice how she keeps your chest up. If you tend to bend forward, you're gonna, again, get too much trap. Let's go. Good job. That's it. That's it. All right, so if you're out there and you're trying to build, obviously what you can do is you can really use extra reps. You can end up doing forced reps. You can do negatives. There's a lot of other techniques that we use if you watched any of my videos in the past. But we're not trying to do that. We're just trying to do one really good set and that's it. Now, if it was someone I was working with that would really need to build up their delts a little bit more, I would not only do some of those extra techniques to increase intensity, but I would also do multiple sets. We're gonna keep it to one set because she's super pumped and we do not want to do too much. So again, you just want to stimulate, not annihilate. So how does that feel?
Feels good. Yeah, it's definitely extremely pumped right now.
There you go.
Lots of reps.
Good.
The hardest thing for training upper body for wellness for me is not pushing past failure, because when I'm used to training legs, I push myself super, super hard and past failure and then some. So when I get to upper body and I know I'm not trying to grow, once I get to that wall, I have to stop.
And again, now if you're doing wellness and you are small through the upper body, you can go ahead and push yourself like you would if you were doing figure. But if you know that you're at that capacity where you got to be able to watch the limit, then you have to be able to back off, because if you end up getting too big, then you can get marked. There you go, hip form. Go. Chest is up, breathing. Good. And actually we'll talk a little bit about the scream and why she likes that in a minute, because it does help with posture. Not only is she going to, she feels comfortable doing that, especially with upper body. We'll talk a little bit more about that after the set. Keep going. There you go. Last one. Good job.
When I wear a waist trainer or I train upper body, it really helps me to roll my shoulders back and have really good posture, so I can make sure that I'm isolating the muscles that I want to and not really just using a whole bunch of core strength and making myself have a wide midsection by really engaging my obliques and pushing from all these other muscles instead of just using low weight and isolating my delts.
How long have you been using a waist trainer?
On and off since probably 2018, so like maybe 4 years. But I usually use it either when I'm doing cardio or when I'm training upper body, but usually not when I'm training lower body. Yeah, so if you're wearing a waist trainer to try and change the shape of your body, because you're bending your cartilage and bones, it's not gonna do that unless you wear it 18, 20 hours a day. Just think about wearing a retainer or braces. Bones and cartilage don't move unless you have it on for that long period of time. But if you're wearing it to try and correct your posture and isolate muscles when you're training, it's okay to just have it on for an hour or so a day.
Good. All right, so on these lateral raises using cable, usually doing 3 to 4 sets. Again, we're only keeping it down to about 3 because we're not trying to build, we're just trying to stimulate the lateral head of the delt, not trying to get too much growth. Now, do you normally like to do 15, 20 reps, or are you in that 10 to 15 rep zone?
I like to do higher reps, especially for upper body, because I'm not trying to put on that size, so I just keep high volume, lighter weight.
There you go, again. And those people that think that FST-7 is about using higher reps and lighter weight to grow, she's using higher reps and lower weight because she's not trying to grow. So that's exactly it. So if you're trying not to grow, high reps, low weight, it's just going to keep the conditioning, but it's not going to get you bigger. Now, if you want to go heavier and you want to hit 10 to 12 reps with forced reps, that's when you're going to grow. So whether you're a male or a female athlete, that's what's going to help you grow. Those higher amounts of weight with forced reps. All right, we're going to do reverse pec deck. Key to this exercise is if you are not going to sit into the seat properly, get rid of the seat. You dropped it all the way down. Again, Sunny is a little bit...
I'm 5'1".
She's 5'1". A little bit on the shorter side. But that's okay, I don't mind because so am I. But what we want to do is now on the biomechanics, you want to be able to grab the handles and you want to make sure your wrist is in line with your delta. And then you want to keep that elbow slightly bent and then go ahead and go back. There you go, good. And then forward. And then keep tension on there. You don't want that weight to drop because if it drops, it's going to lose tension. So you don't notice how it doesn't hit or drop. It goes all the way up, constant tension. There you go. And we want to just go all the way back to right there. Good. And your shoulder acts just like a hinge. Bring it right there. Awesome. Good. Watch your breathing. Maybe a couple more reps. One more. And drive. Awesome. Good job. So there's a lot of different ways to do rear delts. The 3 major ways is a reverse pec deck. The second way is to do a face pull. The third way is to do a bent over lateral raise. And there's different styles of face pulls. The way that Sunny's doing them is she's squatting down and she's bringing it right in a comfortable spot where her elbows are still really in line with the pulley and she's driving all the elbows all the way back. One of the main mistakes that I see a lot of people do, both men and women, is they use too much weight where they're feeling like they're getting pulled forward. Do not use a heavy weight. This is a finesse movement. You need to be able to really manipulate that rear delt into getting pumped. It's a small muscle group, but it's a really important one because it completes the shoulder, especially from the side. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you control to the point where you can pause for that split second. Good, go. That's it. There you go.